have some fun today on Geek World Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Geek World. So, Fast and Furious 6 is coming out this weekend, and because of that, we decided for this show to do most kick-ass car chase scenes. Good work, Anime. Anime's doing the driving here, so I'm just going to be in the passenger seat, and we're going to talk about some of the car chase scenes that are so kick-ass, it's amazing. So, because this show was inspired by Fast and Furious 6, we decided that first thing we're going to talk about is a scene from one of the Fast and Furious movies. Now, all of them have great car chase scenes, great car races scenes. I mean, that's kind of the point, right, Anime?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about car racing.
Exactly.
But one of them has a particularly amazing car chase in it, and that is Fast 5.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a bunch of cars, a vault.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy. There is a crazy amount of destruction. It is super fun. You've got Vin Diesel.
Yes.
You've got The Rock.
Yes.
You've got Paul Walker.
Yes. But Paul Walker and Vin Diesel together, they're dragging that vault through Rio. They're breaking banks, Anime. Mm-hmm. Literally, they took a giant bank and broke a bank with it.
Yeah.
All right, Anime. Next up, we are going to talk about maybe the most famous car chase scene, or at least one of the most famous, Bullitt.
Ooh.
Steve McQueen, the king of cool. He's basically a badass cop. He's chasing some bad dudes through the streets of San Francisco. He's in his Mustang. He's jumping hills. He's going super fast. They put that camera right in the dash, and you can see how fast that thing is moving. It's one of the most iconic things. Famous for losing, 9 hubcaps. And I think it's really famous mostly because San Francisco is so iconic, and so it's really frightening to see people drive that fast through San Francisco.
Oh, bump!
Way to go on the driving.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the ground there, you see the sparks. It's crazy, and it's awesome. And like you said, Steve McQueen, king of cool.
Exactly. All right, next up, this movie is from the early 80s. It's actually an SNL movie, The Blues Brothers.
Hey, is that a pure one?
Oh, snap. John Landis directed this movie. They get in a huge chase with the police. They decide the best way to get out of this is by driving through a mall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what better way is there to get out of things? I mean, not only do you get to go through a mall and see some sights, but you can do some, window shopping on your way, and some window breaking, and some stand breaking, and some almost people breaking.
It's amazing. This is one of those scenes that, first off, you're just amazed that they were able to do this. You're like, was this mall about to be demolished? How could they possibly have destroyed so much stuff in this scene? Because it's unbelievable. And on top of that, also, there's that great humor element to it. And that's what really makes this scene work.
Sometimes that perfect infusion of humor when something completely extreme happens is the perfect way to make the car chase go even better.
Exactly. And I'm going to segue that into the next one, Anime. You know what I'm going to talk about?
Bad Boys 2.
Oh, yeah. I don't care what you all say. Bad Boys 2 is making it on the list because this is literally one of the coolest car chase scenes ever.
They're throwing cars at us.
Yes, they are getting... Exactly, Anime.
It's a boat!
It's insane. There's cars flipping all over the place. There's a car that flipped over them. Martin Lawrence is shooting the dashboard. It's unbelievable.
Those guys are off the chain.
Those dudes are so off the chain, Anime.
Turn!
Ah! Whew. Way to miss that car, Anime. It's so unbelievable. Michael Bay has done a ton of car chase scenes. He did something in Transformers 3. Of course, The Rock was a lot like Bullitt. But this one, I think, is the creme de la creme of Michael Bay car carnage.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that, too. Up next, Anime, is the 1970s movie Vanishing Point.
Yeah, now this entire movie is one giant car chase. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. We don't have a specific scene, okay? It's a crazy movie. It's a movie that only could have come out of the 70s. Basically, it's this guy who needs to go across the country in 3 days. He's super high on meth, and he's just blazing through the countryside, driving like crazy. It's all about Vietnam. I don't care what it's about. He's in a 1970s Dodge Charger, and he is just driving through like a badass.
I mean, it's essentially car chase porn.
Yes, and I believe there's a naked chick on a bicycle.
I think you're right.
Good times.
Remember that?
Thank you, 1970. Thank you. Look out, we're going the wrong way! Ah! Ah! Whew. That was a close one, Anime. This is what we're going to talk about next. William Friedkin is one of the masters of the car chase scene.
Oh, yeah.
So next up, we are talking about To Live and Die in L.A. This is a weird movie, Anime.
Oh, boy, is it.
It's from the 80s. William Peterson plays a total douchebag. Willem Dafoe, he's doing this the whole movie. Might just be his lips. I don't know what it is. He's a counterfeiter, and William Peterson is going after him. He's part of the Secret Service. There's a big car chase. They're going down the 405 the wrong way.
Yes, they are. And it is terrifying and awesome and crazy.
All kinds of chaos, all kinds of car crashes. William Friedkin has done this before. He loves to go the wrong way. Let's go next from that to the movie he did before that. The movie that really, along with Bullitt, is considered the best car chase scene of all time.
Yes.
And that is, of course, The French Connection.
Yeah, now The French Connection is extremely crazy, especially when you hear the story about how they did it. They didn't have a permit.
No.
They didn't have a bunch of stunt drivers. No. They had the car going, and, everyone else just had to get out of their way.
Yeah, Gene Hackman plays this cop. He's chasing this train, and essentially he's going the wrong way in this New York street. And this is the 70s, so they weren't really worried about lawsuits. They decided, you know what? We don't need stunt drivers.
No.
We don't even need to section this off. Let's just put a camera on the dash and drive as fast as we can the wrong way onto incoming people who have no idea a movie's being shot.
Now, they did put a light on, so it looked sort of like a cop car.
Yeah, exactly. So not only were they endangering the lives of everyone on the street, multiple people, but they're also impersonating a police officer.
Yeah.
So that's at least 2 laws they were breaking.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there was a lot of drugs going on at that time.
Yeah, this is something they would never do today. I mean, a studio would never sign off on this. The lawsuits would be unbelievable. And William Friedkin, frankly, is very lucky nobody died.
Yeah.
This is just one of those great stories like, oh gosh, he's so brave, because he was lucky enough to not have anyone die during this.
Yeah.
Let's just continue with William Friedkin Anime.
Okay, let's do it.
We're going to Ronin.
Nice.
Now, honestly, in some ways, Ronin is the best one because there's really 2 really awesome car chase scenes.
It's true.
One has like a bazooka and like they're going through like these tiny streets. It's really narrow and really awesome, really scary. But the epic one is at the end. Again, the wrong way, through a tunnel. There's all kinds of car crashes in this tunnel. Cop cars are like exploding.
Mm-hmm.
They're driving through the explosions. It's completely insane. Robert De Niro and all the other actors were actually in the cars with the stunt drivers.
Yes.
So while Robert De Niro's driving like this,
Yeah.
it's not because he's a badass, it's because he's terrified.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best parts about watching that scene. The look on his face, the look of sheer terror.
Yeah.
But like having to look badass at the same time
Yeah.
is both awesome and hilarious.
That's why he's an Academy Award winning actor, Anime.
So true.
Okay, that's
so
why.
true. Stairs!
Ah! These Mini Coopers can really do anything.
I know, they're awesome.
And speaking of that, we're talking about The Italian Job, starring a very young, very blonde Michael Caine. Mm-hmm. Of course, they did a remake of this, but the original is the best. It's hilarious. They're stealing all this gold thanks to the pervy hacker, Benny Hill. They're putting in these Mini Coopers, and they're getting away from the police. It's amazing.
Yeah, and one of the funny things about this chase is that because it's Mini Coopers, they really don't go nearly as fast as so many of these other cars in the other movies. But it's still super exciting and awesomely fun and really funny. I mean, someone steals chicken.
Exactly. They steal right off the lady's plate. It's amazing. It's like these cars can do anything. They drive downstairs. They jump over rooftops.
Yeah.
They go up on a roof of a giant stadium. Mm-hmm. They drive into a bus.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing they can't do.
I mean, they go all Knight Rider style with it.
Exactly. It's unbelievable.
It's like magic.
So, Anime, only
Yes.
one left.
Ooh.
So there's a lot of great chase scenes in a lot of movies. And I'm not going to say this one's the best one, but for me, this is the best one. Now, what's really funny is this movie in itself, as a movie, is so terrible.
It's awful.
It's really not worth watching, like, up until the car chase scene.
Yeah.
But once you get to the car chase scene that's 40 minutes long, it is the most unbelievable insanity you have ever seen in your life. And this movie is
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Now, we're not talking about the lame Nicolas Cage,
No.
Giovanni Ribisi movie from the 90s. We're talking about the 70s.
Yeah.
We're talking about H.B. Halicki. This crazy dude is a madman.
Yeah.
This stunt driver owned a junkyard, decided, yo, I got hundreds of cars. Why don't I just crash them all? The destruction is endless. He runs into everyone. This isn't one of those, like, smooth operator, like Will Smith weaving through crashes. This dude is running into every single car. It's like when you're drunk playing Grand Theft Auto and you just don't care. He takes the Eleanor, he crashes into everything, and he literally destroys it, gets out, finds another one at a car wash, and goes and does it again.
You wonder, how is it that he even survived this? And yet he comes out of it, probably a little worse for the wear, but still alive.
Yeah, hell yeah. Gone
yeah.
in 60 Seconds, the original. Check it out. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Geek World. We'll be back next week, talk about something else wild. If you guys want to check out our radio show, we're on every week on Indie 100 and The Point.
And if you want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email to geekworldradio@yahoo.com, and be sure to check out our website, geekworldradio.com.
Hey, Anime.
Yes?
Can I see your cool Ryan Gosling drive impression? Yeah, that's pretty cool.